Now, Misha Cirkunov is another guy who I feel has just not ever reached his potential, what he's capable of, what he should be able to do in the UFC compared to the people that he's fought. I feel like he should have done a lot better.
Like my first note is just a strange one to figure out, to analyse and look at. He's got a...
He fought Alex Nicholson as well. I remember that one because he broke his jaw with a face crank.
Yeah. It was horrible, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You could sort of see it in the replay. You could sort of see it pop out.
Like Tim Sylvia's arm when it popped against. I like Misha Cirkunov, and I think the thing holding him back is his confidence in what he's capable of at this point.
I mean this with the utmost respect.
If you're going to mention his girlfriend, I'm
no,
right now.
I'm not.
I think it's his wife.
No, that's stupid. I mean this with the utmost respect. He seems to not like getting hit, and if you hit him, his sort of world shatters around him, and he just doesn't really like it. Anytime anyone has landed a couple of clean shots on him that have rattled him a bit, there doesn't seem a way back for him necessarily. He's got a horrible dominating sub-wrestling game. But
judo background, and he's got, and you can tell he's a judo guy as well. Like you can tell that you'd lock up with him, and it'd just be like, why is he not moving? You know what I mean? He'd be like one of those guys that just curls up in a ball on the judo mat, and you literally can't physically move him in any way.
You need a JCB to pick him up and turn him over.
Yeah.
He watching him over the last couple of days, he just seems like he should be better than he is.
100%.
I'm not sure quite what it is, whether it's belief or what.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, he was doing really well. He got a couple of losses on it. He's got a loss to Roy Borton. It's a different guy. I thought it was Rob Broughton, old British heavyweight. So he's got a submission loss by armbar and a submission loss by heel hook back in 2012. And then he went on a wicked streak, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fight win streak, which picked up 3 wins in the UFC as well. 4, Dan Jolly knockout, first round, Alex Nicholson neck crank, and then the arm triangle and the guillotine over Kutalaba and Krylov. And it's that compressive grappling game that he seems to be really, really good at.
Peruvian necktie?
Jimmy Crute.
That's right. He's got another Jimmy we know has got a horrible Peruvian necktie. Yeah,
and Jimmy Crute's good. Jimmy's showing he's got a good ability. But then you look at his losses: Özdemir, Teixeira, and Johnny Walker all first round. And like Özdemir, 28 seconds. Johnny Walker, 38 seconds. I mean, Glover Teixeira was slightly longer, but he's a bit older and slower.
Johnny just put him under a bit of a spell, didn't he? You just moved too fast,
wasn't it?
Was too unpredictable and too sharp and too fast, and just put him under a spell. I'm not sure Spann will be able to do that.
Yeah.
He seems to have good parts of his game, but he doesn't seem to put them all together.
No, I agree. And one thing I would say if I'm Ryan Spann is I'm looking back at that Volkan Özdemir knockout and realising that I only need about 6 inches of punch to knock him out or to really hurt him. Like he went down from that punch. And I know Volkan Özdemir is a heavy-handed fighter naturally anyway, but I would also say that Ryan Spann's got the power to do damage at close range, especially if like you're hitting around the sides of the head and temples, which Cirkunov seems to have a weakness for that. Like, we've seen him drop a little bit.
It just doesn't like it, does it?
No.
Talking about strikes to the side of the head, Johnny Walker hammer Thor's hammer and hammered Spann on the side of the head, and basically that was basically it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or at least started the finish.
Yeah.
Look, it'd be interesting in the grapple. They seem to both have some skills around that area. I think Cirkunov might come off a little bit better. The only way I could sort of see Spann winning it is back in Cirkunov landing a couple, he shells up, and then he does some damage there. Again, respectfully, I'm not mad excited about the fight.
No, I'm not. I mean, I think that their grappling could nullify each other out. I do. I mean, you look at Ryan Spann's record, and he's got 4 knockouts and 11 submissions on his record. And there's a lot of guillotines, rear naked chokes. There's a lot of guillotines. Like that's the striker's submission, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
like when you've got a guy that's got a load of rear naked chokes and a load of guillotines on your record, you often find when you go back and research that they didn't take the person down and take their back to choke them out. They hit them and the person turned and gave their back.
Yeah, right.
And when it's a guillotine, they hit the person and the
submission.
person shot into a guillotine
Yeah.
and they gave himself up. And the regularity of him winning by guillotine in the first round suggests that he's got the confidence and the presence to pressure a fighter.
Yeah.
And that, if Cirkunov is a bit, gun shy when it comes to the strikes, that would probably be something I would lean on if I'm Ryan Spann. And and he's fighting out of Fortis MMA as well, and they've great minds there, great coaching, good guys for him to work with. I think they'll recognise that tendency in Cirkunov as well to like, fuck, I'm gonna get hit,
Yeah.
Like you look on paper and you go, Cirkunov should probably win this.
Should probably win it, shouldn't he? But
I do find myself leaning in the direction of Ryan Spann purely given the fact that he's a fast starter, and Cirkunov has struggled in the first 2.5 minutes of the fight.
I think I probably agree with you. But which is it's probably against the stats and certainly against the rankings. But yeah, I think Spann might be in for a bit of an upset.
I mean, it's it could be a very closely matched fight, and they could nullify a lot of parts of each other's game. As you said, though, when you get closer to the top, it becomes less about technical abilities, and at this stage, it's much more about confidence. I would say it's much more about the confidence to fight. Cirkunov might clinch him. And the good thing with Cirkunov is that because he's got a judo background, the guillotine's not as likely to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be upper body control more than anything, trips and sweeps and stuff. So he might be able to avoid the guillotine entirely.
Gives his back one of his habits of giving his back up under pressure, under grappling pressure. Like the traditional sort of judo safe place. Is that turtle in it? I just wonder whether.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing it as we were looking at it, but yeah.
No. He has got a very dominant ground game, but it tends to be once he's there.
Yeah.
It tends to be once he's there. Yeah. I can't think of times when he's looked oppressive in the takedown range. And there's definitely going to be an effect from being knocked out from Volkan Ozdemir at close range with that as well. I think Spann on confidence is a difference in this fight.
Yeah, lock him in. Ryan Spann for the win.
I mean, I could sit and go back and forth on that all week.
Yeah, but it should be close. I hope it's not so close that it just becomes they just nullify each other in all aspects, and it's sort of a close decision one way or the other. But you could flip a coin on it,
Yeah.